everybody, welcome back to the Nocturnal Gaming Network. My name is Xeriua, and today we are once again playing Spaceflight Simulator. So at the end of the last episode, I had a question that I posed, and it was, do astronauts have, internet, right? And I don't remember exactly how it came up, but I was thinking about that. I'm like, do they have internet? Is it still called internet? Well, I did some research after the video, and it turns out they do sort of have, internet. It's not the internet like you'd think. It's, they're connected to stuff from NASA, so they can access all, of NASA's records and whatnot and communicate with NASA. And NASA will send them videos and pictures and relay communications to them and whatnot, but I don't think, based on my very limited research here, that they actually have the internet and they can just go search websites and whatnot. So yeah, that's sort of sad, but we are going to continue here. And we're back to building our station, and today's goal is going to be to go through and begin sending the not transport pods, what am I thinking? The living pods up to the station. Now, this is sort of going to be difficult because we can't just send the pods up and then connect them directly. We need some sort of little hallway or something to connect them to, but because of the way I'm designing the station here, we can't actually do that because there's going to be some on the inside and then they're going to be blocked in. So we're going to start here by actually, basically we're gonna bring some of these pods up, and we're gonna leave them there, and then we're gonna, in the next video, we're gonna go through and launch the hallways that they connect into, and then we'll be good, right? So what we're gonna do is not that. I want to grab this thing, and I want to move it right there. So we're gonna put some docking here. Ports just like this, and these are similar designs to what I used for the command modules, so real simple, just like this. Then we're going to launch two of them at a time here. We're going to put the separators so that we can drop them in space, and then we're going to put this type of system here so we can actually hold on to them. And then I'm going to go through and put a ton of RCS thrusters on this little teeny module that I'm creating here, and that way hopefully we can do whatever we need to do. Now, with this, bam, this is going to be a nice light module, and we don't actually need that much fuel to get us anywhere, so we're just going to do something like that. And now we can complete our fairing. Boom, a boom, boom. Do I want this one, or should I should probably close this in. Something like this right here. That way I can just put another separator right here. Perfect. And I want to create another rocket here. I want to go back to my main, and I'm going to use the tiered design, the 3-tier. I need to go to aerodynamics because I really like this 3-tier rocket here. I'm going to put that like that, but this time we don't need quite all the fuel of the 3 ginormous tanks, so we're going to do a 2.5 tank 3-tier rocket, right? Something like this, and that should give us basically enough thrust to get all the way into space, but at the same time not get way, way, way out there. And this is a real nice, simple rocket. Nothing really special about it, unfortunately. So we're just gonna take a screenshot because, of course, we always forget the screenshots. There we are. Screenshot. Bam. Now we have a thumbnail for the video. And we've turned all 3 of the engines on. And in this one, I aimed to do a better job docking than I did the previous time. The previous time, I sort of didn't do the nicest job, but that's okay. We'll make up for it this time. We'll get a real nice intersect with this rocket. We're going to go 100% just for the first part of this. We're going up very fast because we actually have a really high thrust to weight ratio. So we're going to slow our throttle down to like 60% because we don't need all this thrust, but we do want the main stage of these thrusters to last a little longer than we probably normally would. So now we're just going to, normal launch, normal gravity turn, start turning ourselves over, be at about 60%, 60 degrees rather, by the time we get to the 5,000. We're a little bit behind, but that doesn't matter too much. Alright, and we do have plenty of fuel here, so there shouldn't be anything to worry about. There's nothing super, ridiculous going on with this rocket. We just need to make sure that we actually make it into space with it, because, this is actually strange for me, because the second stage, the primary transfer stage, probably would have enough thrust on its own to actually launch this module, because it only weighs 20 tons. So 40 tons of thrust in that secondary stage is, probably going to be enough. Which, like I said, that's strange for me. I'm going to go back to 100% thrust, by the way, and we're just going to shoot our apoaps way ahead of us here, and we're going to begin raising it right up to, all the way up to the 250 kilometers that we need. Something like this. 239. Now, like I said, we have plenty of fuel. There's actually a little bit left over in the stage, which I usually try not to do, but this time I sort of, couldn't help it because it's so light. I mean, I suppose I could have used the really small fuel tanks, but, if anyone else wants to try this out, you want to make it doable for general people. We don't want to make it like something that you have to be absolutely perfect or you can't do it. So we're going to accelerate time. We've already rotated ourselves to roughly where we need to be. And here we are. So we're going to accelerate. We're just going to push our apoaps to 250 first off, primary goal. Secondary goal, we're going to go to the apoaps, and we're just going to raise the periaps, which it looks like we've already raised periaps enough that we don't have to worry about getting back in the atmosphere. But that's okay. So now let's see what we can do with our approach. Now that we're actually at our apoaps here, we're going to raise it. We're going to see if we can change the closest approach and get it really close to us. That module is way behind us, so we might have to go around a couple times. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to go around a couple times here. So, next, what do we have here? We should probably check on this. Ooh. So I was slightly off with my calculations here, and I wasn't still at an intercept with the ground. So what's going to happen, probably, is it seems like fairings are very aerodynamic, so they don't actually like to lose their speed as the other normal modules would. We're just going to take a second and deorbit the actual booster pack, the engine pack, and then we're going to switch to the fairings, because I don't think they're going to want to deorbit themselves. Usually I try to leave fairings on an actual collision course with the planet. Yeah. Yeah, see, even if I switch back to this module and wait till, what is it, about here? So this is their lowest point in the entire trajectory around, and they're not losing any speed, they're not losing any actual height in their orbit. So I'm actually going to delete these because I messed up here, and I don't want trash floating around in space. And I think it's because I often forget that when you separate your fairings, they gain a little tiny bit of speed. So Anyway, next we will reset this as our target, and we will continue going around to catch up to the station. So, a couple more times. So one more time around, and we should have caught up enough to actually make a nice intersect with it. So here we are. I don't know why that was just like glitching out, but it was. Where's our closest approach? It's over there, 50%. We can go ahead and raise this. Here it is. Closest approach is 20 kilometers. Where'd it go? I completely lost it. Have I gone too far? I hope not. I don't think so. Maybe I'm just so close I can't even see it. Alright, we're going to go around, and we're going to see how close we actually are. And hope I don't smash into it. Yeah, look how close we are on this one. This was a very much nicer intercept than the previous one. Now that thing's going to come right up behind us and smash into us if we're not careful. So let's zoom out and see where it is. There it is. And we just want to be cautious. Alright, now it's right below us. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate ourselves to match its angle, go to 100% thrust, and just burns. 100% thrust is too much. We want to go down to like 30% thrust. Something like that. Okay, and now where this one's really small, we should be able to use RCS pretty effectively on it. So we're going to actually rotate ourselves to dock with it, at least temporarily. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head to the docking ports, like the actual legitimate docking ports, and I'm just going to set it on one of those, just out of the way for now. And then when we launch our big module, we'll see what's going on with that when we actually get to it. But we're just going to put it, I think, right here on this one. This is probably a good enough place. And then we will launch and dock up another module down here as well, probably on the end port, right where the right above the up arrow. So right here. Yeah. We are rotating ever so slightly, I just noticed that. There we go. So we're docked, and we are, how's our orbit? 251 by 250.9. Oh no, we can't have that. 251, 250. Yeah, that's pretty good. 251, 251. Perfect. So we're going to end the episode right here. And the next time when we return, we will continue to assemble the space station. So thank you all so much for watching. My name's Xeriua, and this is the Nocturnal Gaming Network bringing you Spaceflight Simulator. And have yourselves a wonderful night, everybody.